Shut up and sit down.
Oh, welcome everybody to Third Shift. I'm going to screw up the intro because I'm not doing my usual thing, but this is episode 277, and I, of course, am your host, the jolliest man in show business, your funky leader, the greatest man who's ever lived. It's me, it's Santa Matt. With me as always, it's my ridiculous old elf, Mr. Eric. There he is, singing and dancing and jiggling the bell on his hat. Look at him go.
Oi, Santa, I am jiggling me old hat and having some weird accent that makes no sense.
Don't hire weird Irish elves. That's not how Santa does it.
Yeah, you know he does, Matt. You know he does. What do you think he's made him money? He's up there living in a shack making all these toys. He's hiring the leprechaun from St. Patty's Day to come help him. He's hiring the tooth fairy. He's hiring whatever help he can get it to come up there and make some freaking extra bucks.
You know what? That's fair because that leprechaun, he's going to be like, dude, just bring your pot of gold up here, buried in the snow. No one will ever find it. Sure, you'll work for me, but you can have like 3 days or however season long. Just rest. Don't worry about people getting in your pot of gold.
See? I'm telling you, this is how it is. I know it. I know it in my bones, Matt. Them elves, they ain't just elves. It's all sorts of creatures and kremlins from all the different places and holidays working under Santa's evil black belt. You know what I'm saying?
The waddle gobblers up there hanging out.
You know it. You know the waddle gobblers up there. In the heaven of the north, Santaville. Yeah.
So outside of Santaville, I'm going to ask you, we're going to start the show off like we always do, because we always do it. It'll be a short show, a holiday show. But Eric, what have you been up to this week so far? It's a short week.
Ooh, boy. I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers, just going at it. I'm at the very end. And I could have just go beat it and be done right now, but I wanted to get the last upgrade of armor and weapons that was provided here. So, and I was out of money, so I had to go grind the last dungeon to get enough money to buy all the weapons and armor. So currently I have all the weapons, and I've got like 2 or 3 of the armors almost there. One more solid night, I think, of me just going to town. That game's going to be in the belt. But of course, yesterday I went, I don't want to play video games. No, I'm going to watch shows and relax. And that's what I did. Watched a whole bunch of shows. We won't name them all here. The one show I will mention is over the weekend, I went and saw Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Nice.
And it was fantastic. What a show.
No spoilers. I'm seeing it tomorrow night.
All right. Well, let me tell you. So when you're going to love this part.
When the movie starts and then ends. When it ended, you went, yay. When it started, you went, I can't wait.
Yeah, there's quite a few moments of good times in that show. And one of the post-credit things was really cool, so make sure you stick around, obviously. I can't spoil anything, but all I can say was it was good, and I had a great time with it. The only hitch, I think, was it, and it's not even a hitch. I won't say it's a negative, but it goes all over. Like, it's all over. Humor, super sad, crazy, angry. Like, it's a roller coaster. And sometimes I'm like, okay, guys, can we pick a theme and kind of stick to it?
That's kind of what I thought from that most recent trailer, where you find out, like, here's this big, heavy theme that's going to hang over the whole thing. And then they were like, and then, like, right after that in the trailer, they did some jokes. Mm-hmm. And I went, but that's... Like, if you start with that, but I don't think you're gonna, because he's in that. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything, even just from the trailer, which everyone has already seen. But I was just like, it feels really weird. Like, I want this to be like a big, like, super serious and dour thing because of what they say in that trailer. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, some of the subjects they tackle are serious and heavy, but then, like I said, it's just all this typical Spider-Man goofy antics and whatnot going on. And so it's just, I don't know. It was great. You got to see it. It's super cool, super awesome. But I don't feel like some of the spots hit where they could have, just because of where they were like 7 minutes before in that particular scene or whatever. Mm-hmm. You'll see what I'm talking about when you watch it. But man, definitely worth seeing. Definitely a good time. Glad I saw it. I've been definitely kind of weaning off of Marvel. They're not getting me hyped as they used to. And the other thing I will say is, holy moly, the theater was packed.
Yeah.
I've only been to theaters with just me and whoever I'm with, which sometimes is myself, and that's it. There's typically nobody in there, maybe 1 or 2 people, tops. This theater was sold out. People in every seat. And I went, huh, well, that's interesting. Cool, I guess. Hopefully, no COVID, but all right.
That's kind of why we didn't go over the weekend. Saturday was a free day. We checked the theater. There were rows upon rows of people, and they were so busy that the app wasn't working. Like you pick your seat and it would crash because everything was disconnected, and I'm sure everyone was just on the app nonstop buying tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see that at least something is bringing all the people out.
Yeah. I think overall it needs to be done. The poor theaters, man, they can't survive with just me going to the theater every couple weekends. They're going to go out of business, and that'll be a sad day because then Eric will never see a movie again. So I don't want that to happen. I want to still see movies because I'll never watch them at home because games are always way better than movies are. So trumps at any time. So that's about it. Nothing else too special. Some holiday stuff, starting to go see a family member here and there for Christmas. But, nothing to, go crazy about. What about you?
I've been playing Greatest Attorney Chronicles on the video game front, obviously. Kind of chewing my way through that first real case in that game. And I've been finding it really hard, though, because there are so many characters that are repeated from a case in the previous game, and then the new characters that are in that case specifically, like one character specifically, is so annoying. And I'm like, okay, I already am just kind of feeling the burn because I'm seeing these same characters acting the same way again. And then this guy comes along and he's driving me nuts. So that was kind of a chore. I'm finally past that case and into a new one, which hopefully will be really cool because we're going to a new area. I've already seen a couple of new characters, so hopefully that'll freshen it up a little bit. I also played pretty much, not all day Saturday, but half a day Saturday, played through The Artful Escape from start to finish in one sitting. What a fantastic visual and auditory experience. I won't say too much more about it because I'll probably say too much more about it later. And then yesterday was supposed to go to a concert, but the person I was supposed to go with wasn't feeling well. So we sat at that person's home and watched Cowboy Bebop in one sitting from start to finish. And I got to say this. Eric said he thought it was pretty good. He liked it, but he's not a Cowboy Bebop diehard. Mm-hmm. I am the Cowboy Bebop diehard. To me, it's the greatest anime series ever. Probably my favorite of all time. I've seen it so many times. I won't say hundreds of times. I can recite dialogue, with the tone and everything. I can pull it out of my brain. It's in my heart and my soul, just like a certain game I played a few weeks ago is. So coming from me, I'm going to tell you this. That show is fucking awesome. That show is awesome because not only just some of the characters, Jet, that is Jet Black. That is him. He even sounds like the original voice actor in the dub for Jet. That's him to a freaking T.
Jet was amazing. He made the show.
It was so awesome. And then not only that, but certain things they carried over. I was going to look up the title. The episode with him and his old partner going after Uday attacks him, it was Black Dog Serenade in the original. Perfect. They brought it over beat for beat. Amazing. And you know me, I love old film noir stuff, and that was a total throwback to that. Amazing. Perfect. But even the stuff they changed. That first episode, which was Asteroid Blues in the original, I don't remember what it was here. It's the same overall story. Faye wasn't there, so she's there now and changing the way that things happen. Things happen in different orders. The music from those original shows, like they're playing in different orders. Things are happening in different places. It's like Cowboy Bebop, the jazz remix. Like you took this original thing and now you're remixing it and changing it up. And there's so many amazing Easter eggs in the background of so many scenes. First episode, the casino shootout, Watanabe Casino. That's the director from the original series. Every time you're watching Big Shot, every time you see the bounty board or the bounty hunters, there's so many Easter eggs from the original series in that. You get to see VT's husband on the bounty hunter board. Cowboy Andy is there. If you know, you know. Oh my God. It was awesome. I was sitting there with the person I was watching it with, and that person said, "How can anybody hate this? It's so good." And I said, yes, it is. If you hate this series, I hate you. That's all I'm going to say. It was great. I see you shaking your head.
I First off, that's strong. It's strong verbiage, but I appreciate it. I like going all in too. But I just say fans ruin everything, man. Okay?
Yeah.
Fans ruin everything. They ruined My Wheel of Time. They ruined Lord of the Rings. They're ruining Cowboy Bebop. Star Trek, Star Wars, you name it. Any fandom ruins everything.
Yeah.
And I hate fandoms. I hate them. I hate them, Matt, because this show deserved more, and I wanted to see more, and the fandom ruined it, and it does actually irritate me. So, yeah, it's a sore point.
And I mean, I sort of get it, because I am so tied to the original Bebop, but it's easy for me to, like I said, carve it its own little niche. Like that's, Spike doesn't always act that way. Faye doesn't normally act that way. There's so much more swearing and gratuitous things in here, but that's because that's this version of Bebop. This is like the American remix of what Cowboy Bebop was. They take over so many good things, and then they change up some things, and it's, the music's remixed, so is the whole attitude and the air of it. I don't know. I get it. So if you're a super diehard, maybe you don't like this, but it's done so well, and the characters are so good, and the stories they had. Vicious had no story in the original. Now he's got a whole story. Julia, you didn't even see her until the last 2 episodes. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this amazing anime from 20 years ago. Now she has a whole arc. Mm-hmm. And the ending was so perfect. I loved it. Yes. And now I'll never see it again.
And now you'll never know. We'll never get to see old Spike get back up and follow crazy and go on some more adventures.
I will say though, that's the one negative I will say is I'm glad if we're never going to see any more, it ended at the right time, because Ed in the original was silly and over the top and could be super energetic, but was like dreamy and spacey, mm-hmm. and not like screaming, yelling loud all the time.
I love
when Ed showed up,
I was laughing so hard, man.
That's exactly it. I heard that child yelling voice, mm-hmm. And my skin crawled. Oh man,
I just
couldn't take it.
Out of pickles. I was like, man, this is like some deformed, crazy ass pickles annoying the shit out of me. I love it.
I threw my hands in the air and went, "Holy shit!" because I was so excited. And then I heard that noise, that voice, and I went, "Okay, no, we can't have a whole series of this. We can't. No." So, but everything was awesome. I loved it so much. The person I was watching it with said, "I hope they release this on Blu-ray so we can get it and just watch it as many times as we want or whenever we want." And I hope they do too, because I mean, it's Netflix, so they'll never lose the rights to it, but I want a physical copy of this so I can have it. Yes. And no matter what happens with the internet or Netflix, I can watch it. Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yep, it was. I agree. It was really good. I enjoyed it. And it's just a shame that it went away like it did. Just really makes me sad because possibilities are endless. It was literally a type of show that for the whole second, third seasons could have been what Cowboy Bebop the anime is mostly about, which is just bounty after bounty, trying to live and scrape by the skin of your teeth. They could have done that for however long they wanted to until they come up with another big arc or something. Had potential. And, oh well, now it's gone and dead.
Like you said, man, fandoms ruin everything. But what doesn't ruin everything is the holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff. We don't have releases. We don't have all the news. I don't know. What do you want to do for the holidays? Like a holiday wish list?
Well, you know what? Well, first off, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
yes.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever the hell you celebrate. If it's nothing, then hey, just, I don't know, go back to work and have fun. Enjoy.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Exactly. All the things. We wish it unto you, the listener.
Yes.
We hope it is great. We hope it is merry. We hope nothing evil or foul comes upon you and ruins this time. And for those of you who hate this season because it reminds you of something bad or terrible, you know what? Act like anything I just said was gibberish. You don't even know. It's just a normal day. Don't worry about it.
Or if it reminds you of something bad and terrible, go out the day that thing happened. Go out and do something super fun.
Yeah, change it.
Play an awesome game. Watch a fantastic movie. Make yourself newer and better memories to overwrite those old ones.
That's right. Or at least balance them.
You and I have bad memories of all kinds of stuff. But you know what? When you go and you be like, that's in the past. Now is a new day. I went and did something awesome today. I've done it before. Feels great.
And that's my new memory. That's my new thing that relates to this particular day.
Yep.
It's what you do. It's how you keep yourself sane, keep yourself afloat. But you can also have a wish list, Matt. You can dream. You can dream big. You can, oh man, how do I make next year better? How do I make tomorrow better? Well, next year's a whole different topic for the New Year's, which you can't make anything better. That's beside the point. This is the time of joy.
Eric, no.
So a wish is a thing. We'll start with an item, man. One item that I really wish I could have, Matt. One item that I'm not gonna get and I can't have because of certain things. It's called an NVIDIA 3060 graphics card, Matt. I've hunted and I've hunted and I've hunted. And I have told you guys a million times, I've come upon 5 PlayStation 5s. I've come upon a couple Xbox Series S's and Series X's. And I can't get the one thing that I want, the one thing I need, which is this stupid graphics card. And then just yesterday on Twitter, I see somebody post a picture. It says, look at my Bitcoin Nagawaga coin farm. And they've got like 500 graphics cards linked up to all these different systems and servers, etc. And I'm like, oh, man, if I could just find you and just cut pieces of your flesh off, put it to every one of those graphics cards, so everybody gets a piece of you along with the graphics card and make hundreds of people happy and joyous. I would do that to you. I would do it to you. That's what I do. But that's what I want. That's one item, Matt, a physical item in this world, in this realm, that I wish I could have for Christmas if Santa's listening. That I understand if you can't get because of that guy or gal who I would take their flesh and put on the cards and give to the other people. What about you, Matt?
Future Matt breaking in here to report that Eric did get his wish, and just the other day he was refreshing on Best Buy and apparently got his graphics card. So hooray, nobody has to have flesh stuck to bits and things and all the other horrible stuff that's happening. Okay, back to the show. I have a lot of stuff that I can think of right now that I really want, but I'm kind of holding off on. I'm going to say, even though it sounds weird because I don't like PC gaming, it's notoriously not something I like to do. But when I play games here on my laptop, after an hour or two, my eyes get, when you've been reading for way too long, you get that funny feeling in your eyes because I'm looking at this relatively small screen right here. What I want is I would like a nice big monitor right here on the other side so I can push the laptop over here and then just, boom, Monitor Jones, and I'm just clickety-clacking away. But of course, if I did that, I'd have to move this whole arm over here, which means I have to clear out this whole area. So it's one of those things that it would be nice, and every time I sit here and I do play some games, I dream about it. But monitors are freaking expensive too, man, because every time I look, I'm like, oh, hey, let me look on Woot, because they always have great deals on things, or they used to have spectacular deals. Look on it, oh, $1,200. No, I'm not going to get that. Nope. Someday this will be in a different house where I can really just spend it up and do whatever I want. But that's something that's sitting here right now as I look at this empty space. I itch for a little bit. Santa, that'd be pretty nice, man. I've been really good this year.
Matt's been a good boy. Help him out, Help us both out, Santa. And then while you're doing that, an environmental thing is, holy gosh, let COVID be over, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You already got the news talking about, February, March 2023, this is for sure, Omicron's going to be pulsing and killing everybody for sure, so don't expect next year to be over yet. Really? This is what we're doing? 3 years? Come on, Santa Claus. Come on, I need you to come flying on, let Rudolph sprinkle down that magic. Whatever you got to do, let's end it. Let's get it over with and done with. And getting on with their lives, for goodness sakes, before the people are so used to this crazy confinement, new world order crap that they don't go back. Because that's how people are. They get used to something, they get used to a thing, and then they don't want to go back. And all of a sudden, we're wearing masks everywhere we are forever. And we're just all 6 feet, 6 feet apart thing I wouldn't mind, honestly. That part can stay. I've always thought that's a good thing. I don't like when people are in my space, so I like that one. Never mind. Keep that one. Just the other stuff.
I don't mind the 6 feet apart. I don't mind the mask because then I don't have to see somebody with his finger up his nose. And I really do like, sometimes, those mostly empty theaters. So it is kind of nice. But when
Matt,
you go
you just
places,
said you wanted to keep going. That's what.
But when you go places like the cruise I just went on, and it's just, hey, you're on a boat, everything's normal. Giant crowds of people, you're just doing whatever. It felt so free and amazing. And then I had to come back and go to work and shackle up and sweat that whole week. I was just sweating because I had a week with no mask, then I had a week with mask. So I feel you on that one. I'm going to go with another, I don't know how to say it, a self-enjoyment item. That sounds really bad. Something I would enjoy. A physical,
you sure this is good for the show? I mean,
a physical entertainment item. How about that?
Oh, well, okay.
What was it? It wasn't this last weekend. It was the weekend before. You and I went to James's house and we played board games and we had tokens and we had pieces and it felt tactile and we had played games and did things. And so over this weekend, I got on YouTube and I found one of those channels he's always talking about, his board game channels. And I've been watching so many reviews of games and seeing them click the pieces and shuffle the cards and do the things. And I went, man, that's so good. I want to play board games more, but we can't because he's always busy and the weird COVID situation that cuts out half of the group that likes to play board games. And then I stumbled across a video and it said, hey, here's a bunch of great single-player board games. Well, or you can play them co-op with other players. And I went, that's fantastic. And I watched that. And then they had a second part. And I watched that. And a third part. And I watched that. And I wrote down 7 games. Today, after work, I went to Summit Comics and Games with my list of 7 games. And I went, hell yeah, I'm getting one of these damn games and I'm bringing it home. And then I'm going to put it, when we're not doing a podcast, I'm going to push the stuff over here and set my stuff up. And I'm going to be James. I'm going to play these games with myself and have a good time. Not a single one of those damn games was on the shelves. And it may be they're old and out of print and I just hit old videos or whatever. But I got myself so hyped. And then now they're gone. I wanted to get one and take it home and have it over here, be doing it before the show, getting it set up, reading the rules, doing the James thing. I can't do it. Santa, bring me Hostage Negotiator. That looks so cool. Just one of the 2 base games. I wasn't even going to buy the whole set. I wasn't even going to get the whole career expansion thing until later. Where's my single-player board game? Why didn't Summit have anything, man? They had nothing. Supply chain.
Did you go to Evolution?
I forgot about that. Didn't they close?
No,
I thought they closed.
They relocated. They're over in the plaza by Elmwood.
Yeah, they're over by the
Smoking Pig guy and
the Golden Corral.
Golden Corral, yeah.
I'll stop there after the movie tomorrow. Yes.
There you go. Second chance.
I forgot all about it.
Santa just gave you a second chance. There it is.
They're not going to be there either. They're not going to be there.
Oh, goodness. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Well, for me, my last one is one that's not attainable, and Santa I don't think can help me with it, but it's a dream. As you all know, my setup's in my basement. We've talked about the flooding and the disasters and everything else that have happened in this basement, but it's my comfy little second spot, and I've got a nice little rig here. I've got all the, a couple fancy monitors and this and that, and cool big old desk full of cool figurines, but it's sloppy. Everything's sloppy. Because I'm too lazy and I'm busy because I've got, children and wife and work and, I'm just an old, poor guy working away. I don't have the motivation and time to turn this into a proper spot. Like it's a fully done basement. It's got all the walls, it's got the floors and couches and, stuff's here, but everything's mismatched. It's all wild down here. And it feels almost home just because it is all stuff of mine, etc. But it's not what I want. I want like a professional, cool looking gig at, just something. I want a redesigner. I want someone to come in and just, without me here, I go to work and I come back and this gal or guy just totally went, Eric, all right, draw me what you envision, what you want. And then when I come back, they did it. They took my money or they took Santa's money and they did it. And all of a sudden, this place is just like a awesome, put together, crisp and clean environment. Because I think I'd feel way more, them juices, them juices to get you going and the ideas flowing and having a good time. It'd be there. Because right now, every time I look around, I go, God, I really need to put together that Bose stupid system for the TV over there. Oh, I need to clean that and figure out what I'm going to do with that whole big thing right there. And the girls' desks are all weird and covered with their crap they don't take care of. I got this box of junk here that should go back to work probably, but I don't want to touch it and go through it, so it's a box of just junk. I got a thing of SpaghettiOs sitting here on this counter that should be taken care of. You know what I mean? I got a Lindor chocolate wrapper just hanging out in my... Come on. I just got to get this place cleaned up, looking sharp, looking nice. Santa... get an interior designer here, get this thing flipping flowing, get these cords under control. I bought all the cable management stuff. It's all there, and I just never did it. It's crazy.
I'm 100% with you on that because, I'm just in like the entryway room here. So over here it's all my recyclables and my junk. And like when I come in, there's stuff on that table over there too. So if I need some space to throw something down, I throw it on this desk. And now it's getting cluttered, even though I did everything right and I wired it all up. So there's not a lot of wires showing. But I know I need to redo it because I just added another thing over here. But that means pulling the whole table out, getting back into the little tray underneath where the USB hub is, rewiring all this, wiring it up through the little holes in the desk and all this stuff. And then just regardless, when I turn around, it's just a regular ass room. Like I want to be in like buy a house. And then here's one of those spare bedrooms. That's the gaming and podcasting room. And I put up all my video game stuff. And I have my bookcase full of video games. And then I'm in my little hutch and it's all me and it's all mine. I feel you on this one.
That's what I want. That's probably the number one thing, Santa Claus. And of course, there's a lot of I wants, and I'm all about giving, making sure our kids are going to have a great Christmas, friends, etc. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just some old Grinchy Grinch that wants all the stuff in the world. But this is the episode of just a couple items, that probably not going to happen, but on the wish list for Santa Claus, okay? So don't be judging me. Don't be judging me.
I will say, I went out and got a bunch of presents over the weekend, and I went and I was like, man, I could get some stuff for myself too. And I went, no, you can't do that. So that's Santa's job, first of all. This is why we're doing the show. But I had to do the same thing. I got presents for everybody. I'm doing my part.
That's
like
right.
we always say. So you know what? This is where we can that sure would be nice. A holiday wish list from your old boys at Third Shift. But what about you out there in podcast listener land? By the time you hear this, have you gotten everything you wanted, or is there still something on your wish list? Let us know via the email, thirdshiftme@gmail.com, on the Twitter machine at ThirdShiftMe, and find us on Facebook under Third Shift.
Or you can indeed find us there, and you can also find us over on Patreon. You know what? You want to be Santa for Third Shift?
Whoo!
That's where you do it. You can be Santa for Third Shift over there, popping in millions of bucks. We open up that food line, changing lives forever, changing lives across this great nation of ours, as somebody I know once said.
Oh, that was the first thing that popped into my head. Anytime I hear changing lives, I go, changing lives across this great nation of ours. Beautiful.
It's wonderful. It's so wonderful. But yes, you can head over there. You can throw us a buck. We treat it like a tip jar. Anything helps. And we do appreciate it so very much. Now, something new real quick before we end the show. We always talk about the iTunes and the 5-star ratings, that you can do instead of Patreon because, you ain't got cash for Christmas time. You got a lot of money you got to spend to do for family, friends, etc. Just like we said, hey, not only is there 5-star ratings on iTunes, but Spotify now gives you the ability to rate. Get over there. Rate us on Spotify. If you listen to us on Spotify, go check it out. Go give us whatever their good ratings are over there. I don't know what it is. I haven't even looked at it yet, to be honest with you. I just heard it through the grapevine. That Spotify does it. And as I always tell you, it helps. It makes you go further up in the rankings. So when someone goes, I want to see a video game podcast, instead of us being at 748, we'll be at 242. Boom. Now all of a sudden, 7 more people are listening. Wow. Now we might go up to 170. Next thing you know, we're at 59. Next thing you know, we're at number 1. And we're taking over the world. Okay? Man, then I can really get in my private jet, go find that stupid kid, and then take his flesh and staple it to the graphics cards and get everybody what they want. You can just make Santa happen via ratings. You see what I'm saying? There's so many ways to fulfill these dreams, and it's all at your fingertips, the listener. You can make it happen.
I was going to jump in and cut you off, but you ended it quite expertly, sir. So I'm just going to say one more time from us to you, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy anything you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, happy that to you. That's my thing from the first one, happy that to you. We even named the episode that. And then with that, there's nothing else to say, because I'm not going to do the whole ending spiel.
No.
But there's nothing else to say, but... Ho, 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 ho!
Don't forget to say!
Shut up and sit down.